successfully sneak your way into the heart of the rival PF's FOB, you can capture staff from them. I'll be looking forward to meeting the new recruits, boss.
Be careful down there, boss.
Oh man, really? Breathe deeply.
Infiltration successful.
Chick boss. Not too bad. It'll be just Venom tonight. If you want single player missions, just say the word and I can take a stab at that for you. I don't mind. I am full. That's good. That's a good feeling. No volunteers. What's up, partner? Good to see you. Just doing a little bit of everything tonight. FOB, single player, defenses. So if you want to see a single player mission, I don't mind jumping into that. Well, the more you do, well, this is my experience. The more missions you do, the better you get. Because there's repetition and practice and anticipation, knowing where the enemies are going to be, or having a general idea of where they're supposed to be. So
successfully sneak your way into the heart of the rival PF's FOB, and you can capture staff from them. I'll be looking forward to meeting the new recruits, boss.
as always, it gets more complex the higher your base level gets. But
Be careful down there, boss.
there's an extra thing to keep in mind for high level bases, and that when you really break it down, the grade 11 battle dress and the UAVs and the battery drainer and, you know, all the goodies and the, you know, all the stuff you develop for your base, if you know what you're doing, it doesn't matter, because they're basically what's the best way to put it? You know what you're getting into when you step on a say a level 78 base. Okay, grade 11 armor, black UAVs, which are hard to kill. The anti-theft devices are at their maximum. The battery draining UAV is doing its thing. You know this when you go on there. But if you can figure out, I wouldn't call it that. I wouldn't specifically call it scare people. It does provide a degree of intimidation. I'll say that much. Doing a level 78 base is not easy by any means. Even Memo has failed. So when the #1 player can fail, you know it's not, you know, it's not for everyone. But if you can figure out your own kind of play style, your own tactics, your own weapons, you begin learning how to adapt those items to any particular base. Yes. Okay. I mean, that nuke I stole The guy I stole it from is a number 4 overall in PF grade. You know, maxed out everything. You know, his inventory of tanks and guns and everything else is way up there.
Infiltration successful.
No traces.
Extraction arrived in database.
But as you saw, I was able to not only beat every one of his mine layouts and camera and everything else, I stole his nuke and I got to the core. You know, with essentially just the grade 10 riot pistol. That's it. That's all. That's essentially all I used. I didn't use anything else. No sleep grenades, no Hannah Jehudi, no nothing. So, you know, I've turned my playstyle into being able to do that. You know, that's how I do it. Other people may not be able to duplicate that, or they have their own methodology. Okay, like I mentioned before, Memo's playstyle and my playstyle are very, very different. Okay, he is a undisputed champion of infiltrations. You have to be first overall. He's a legitimate player, and when he wants to, he can kick your ass. I know this because he did it to me the other day. He really beat the tar out of me the other day. But his playstyle is predicated on headshots and tactical takedowns. You know, his videos show a very different playstyle than mine. I essentially go with just the riot pistol only. You know, try and sneak through and, you know, evade the guards and not interact with them and all that. So everyone's different. Everyone does things their own way, and that's a plus. There's no right or wrong way to play. You know. Like earlier today, I was watching I've done it a couple of times. Hey there, MB, how are you?
Successfully sneak your way into the heart of the rival PF's FOB, and you can capture staff from them. I'll be looking forward to meeting the new recruits, boss.
There's two reasons why I don't do that. First of all, sometimes that sleep gas can, if you walk the wrong way, you can walk right into the cloud and it messes up your vision. I call that getting stoned. I don't like to get stoned. And the second reason is that usually at grade 7 you have 8 shots and that's it. So if I'm going to shoot a camera and use up one of my precious 8 bullets, I'm not really into that. I can do it. I've done it. I did it on accident once when I was hunting a nuke, and it worked. I was able to get past the camera. I didn't get a whiff of the gas, and I didn't get stoned, but it blocked the camera. And I just think with the only 8 shots, there's there's better things to do with the riot pistol than shoot cameras. I run right at it. I mean, my play style is based on evasion and non-interaction. I prefer it that way because it works for me that way. Other people may not be able to pull it off. I mean, I carry my tools just in case something goes completely haywire. I can accomplish the mission, but my preferred style is to go without. And I've done missions where I carry just the water pistol, but that's kind of tacky, I guess, because if you get caught, then the mission's over. You know, I don't want that. I want to actually finish. So I go fully loaded and let the chips fall where they may. So I mean, strictly speaking, I don't need to carry my sniper rifle and smoke grenades and sleep grenades. I don't have to do that, but I carry it anyways because I know how handy they can be. I should just shock them all, but I won't. I can't get into bikinis. I just can't. Bikinis kind of jar it for me. Although I do have my female staff wear bikinis on my bases, just as a gag. I can't take it seriously, you know? But that's me. That's how I do. Bam.
Infiltration successful.
Couldn't get his staff back in if he wanted to. Untouched. I mean, when I was grinding hard for staff, doing it this way was the least painful experience. Okay? Using sleep gas and the riot pistol, well, the swimsuits also, first of all, they give you no protection whatsoever. Okay, that's rule number one. So if you get shot or something blows up next to you, okay. Okay, you're wearing a swimsuit, so you're showing all your body. Doing combat missions in a swimsuit doesn't work for me. It kind of takes me out of the thing a little bit. I'm not a fan of that. And I don't want to go naked because I don't like the way the naked looks. I know some people do it just for appearance's sake, but I don't like the way this looks. It doesn't work for me. So this is where I'm at. But that's me. Again, everybody does it differently. You know, again, you have the freedom to do it however you want. So Intel. Now my route for Intel is based on the workings of a player by the name of Win Supernova. He posted videos on a forum that I participated in, and I've long had a huge dislike of the Intel platform. But his videos gave me an opening to use, and I use it every once in a while.
Successfully sneak your way into the heart of the rival PF's FOB, and you can capture staff from them. I'll be looking forward to meeting the new recruits, boss.
I've only done one no traces mission on Intel.
Careful down there, boss.
I got lucky one morning when I ran into a base that had no UAVs in it, which is rare. I've seen bases with no mines, I've seen bases with no this or that, but no UAVs. Which means there's no UAVs inside the building. And I was able to sneak through and get to the goal without causing a soft alert or no interaction whatsoever. So I've done it on every platform now. Sensors will walk right over it. I mean, I guess a swimsuit just kind of takes me out of my military mindset. You know, I don't even think it looks good on the females. Oh, lucky! I got lucky! Got lucky. I just wish the battle dress had different colors or different patterns or whatever. I would have liked that. I think the beige look is kind of ugly. And we're all activated.
You all right?
I always go through the back of the house. Breathe deeply.
CP, this is Delta 9. We've checked the area and found nothing. Calling off the search. Over. This is CP. Understood. Don't let your guard down. They could still be in the area. Out.
Take a seat. So turn the power off, shock them all down, and then climb the pipes. It's not no traces, but well, hopefully it works. Yeah, I think I'll make it this time. I like to mark the UAV on this side, not this side. Very rare. I don't run Intel very often. Even with Win Supernova's map or route, I don't do it very often. I think this map is crap. What? Take that.
Infiltration successful.
So,
Extraction arrived at multibase.
not too bad. So done combat, research and development, base development, support, intel, now I gotta do medical. That is good. I get no volunteers because my staff is full. I have no place for you. Guns of Liberty. Let's see if this works. Since it's double resources, we're gonna go double the weapons. I can afford it. I kind of wish double resources were the default, because then you could use your higher grade weapons and, you know, recover your costs easier.
Successfully sneak your way into the heart of the rival PF's FOV, and you can capture staff from them. I'll be looking forward to meeting the new recruits, boss.
Be careful down there, boss.
Way back when, once upon a time, I used the Skulls Attack event to max out my plants. Gotta go, gotta go, gotta go. Oh shit. I fail!
Infiltration failed. Are you hurt? Try a little harder next time.
I fail miserably. I never liked medical anyways, but that's fine. That's on me. It was to my left. Usually on medical I will shoot out the power box, but because Raver is an active player, it would have sent a defender notice, and I didn't want that. Like, this is essentially an abandoned base. I don't need to fiddle with it. I have more leeway in a theoretical sense. But again, my play style has evolved. I used to shoot UAVs, I used to shoot power boxes, I would shoot cameras. And I don't do that anymore. I don't have to. My game has evolved over time. So
Successfully sneak your way into the heart of the rival PF
ATF's FOB, and you can capture staff from them. I'll be looking forward to meeting the new recruits, boss.
And of course, doing no traces on medical is...
Be careful down there, boss.
How can I put this? You're essentially it's essentially random. I'll put it that way. I think that's the best way I can put it. Because sometimes you have your camera layouts, your default camera layouts will be good, and you have a camera covering the corridor, and sometimes you won't. I did a level 54 base one day that was completely pure, and the only difference was it had no camera over the corridor. Smoke grenade didn't work very well.
We may have a situation. Whoever's closest, go check it out. CP, this is Zulu 6. Are units under attack? Hostile! Over!
Pretty deeply.
Understood. Stay alert and smoke out the enemy. Out.
So I don't know, when I get to that core platform, I don't know what the camera layout is going to be. I can do mathematics, I can guess, I can do, you know, I have a reasonable expectation of what the cameras are going to look like, but I don't know until I actually get there what's possible and what's not. And of course then you throw in custom cameras. See, like there's a camera there now.
UAV's picked up a man in trouble. Nearest unit, go investigate. CP, this is Delta 6. Seeing smoke. Possible enemy attack. Over.
On that level 54 that I hit, there was no camera there.
Successful.
It should be there, but it wasn't. So I don't know.
Extraction arrived.
All I can do is go out there, use my tools, and let the chips fall where they may. Now, of course, with non-lethal bases, you have an extra benefit in that where the medical platform is, you have a mine that guards the north end and a staircase and a camera that guards the south end. On non-lethal platforms, you can crawl over the mine and it won't go off. That's a big difference. You can't do that in lethal bases because the explosion of the claymore will injure you. So how are you, 2D50? If you guys want to see a single player mission, or if you're having trouble, just let me know and I can take a stab at it for you. I don't mind doing single player. I'm not welded to any platform or mission tonight. Hey there. Light Rover. This color is very soothing. I like the way that color looks. Can always use more precious metals.
Successfully sneak your way into the heart of the rival PF's FOB, and you can capture staff from them.
Okay.
I'll be looking forward to meeting the new recruits, boss.
Be careful
Yes,
down
you
there,
can.
boss.
So getting back to weapon or items grades. Okay. Let's say I have my base set up with grade 11 equipment. Okay. So I come on my own base, and the guards have the battle dress and the weapons and everything else. Well, my goal is to evade their patrol patterns and not attack them. So their grade 11 battle dress and whatnot doesn't help them against me, because I am avoiding them. I'm not interacting with them. And since I don't use Hannah Jehudi or any of that, I don't wear my night vision goggles all the time. The battery UAV doesn't, do me a lot of damage. But again, not everybody plays that style. No. Not everyone can pull that off. I'm able to quite a bit of the time. I mean, I watched another player earlier today, and his focus is on killing the guards and getting to the goal. Unique does a great job at that. He's an expert at finding the staff and taking them out and drawing defenders and all that. And more often than not, he wins. But his playstyle and my playstyle are very different. He uses the FOB dispatch mode and lowers the force level of his opponent's base to ensure that capability doesn't work against him. And he, like I said, he's a master at taking out the staff, with his weapons and his own tactics and everything else. It's kind of thrilling to watch, actually, when you think about it, because it's it just is, But I personally, that's not my thing. I don't do it that way. So his MO and my MO are very different. Yeah, that happens.
Infiltration successful.
Extraction arrived in progress.
But again, since you went on the base, you were there for a few minutes, you figured out, you know, you earned experience. And the next time you do it, you can anticipate, well, maybe there's a mine under the bridge. And that's, you know, you build your knowledge base to take care of that. Okay. To know too much.
Select mission.
32.
Mission accelerating to release time.
Sorry, I like it better at night. It may not look great on stream, but I prefer to do it at night. Oh, well, you'll see. Basically, I let them find him, call in the driver, and then take them out with stun grenades. In this particular instance, because I'm using Venom, I'll use a stun arm. I don't like the bikini suit.
Find and extract the missing CIA agent. The target was laying low with the friendly Mujahideen during the vocal cord parasites incident. The man headed back to OKB-0 after the Soviets recaptured it. Check the target's VI on your iDroid.
Just not my thing. I mean, I know the player by the name of JMF is he can terrorize people by ghosting their bases, and on more than one occasion he's done it with a player in a swimsuit, and it's astounding. You know, the way he does it is amazing, because basically he makes these high-level bases look kind of silly because he only has a swimsuit on. You know, it's his knowledge and his tactics and everything else that make it possible. Got a lot of respect for him as a sneaker. And on a couple of occasions I've fought against him, and he's hung me out to dry more than once, and I've beaten him on more than one occasion. You know, he put his tactics and weapons up against mine, and we've both beaten each other. You know, and his swimsuit videos are just, like I said, astounding. But I'm not comfortable playing with a female or any character in a swimsuit. That just doesn't work for me. I prefer the squares camo and ponytails for my characters. And stop. Oh, you silly thing.
That's the target.
Language is... Being able to speak is a more... It's hardwired into our brains as social animals to speak rather than to write or communicate in other methods. It's also very inefficient to have it's inefficient to have written instructions for everything.
Объект обнаружен. Координаты 038501275. Перешлите транспорт. Прием.
We know where to find the target. Check your iDroid.
Отправляем группу. Оставайтесь там до ее прибытия.
So if you're that guy in the walker gear and you find the prisoner, how are you going to send written notice to HQ or base that we've found the prisoner? Speaking the instructions out loud is more efficient than writing them down or communicating in other methods. I need to get further down. I can speak one language, and my mind has a hard time with other languages. So it's not a matter of intelligence that enables speech. Okay, you've been able to master 3 languages, and that's a huge plus in your favor. Some people don't have that ability. I know I don't. And...
Great. Hurry up and extract the target.
how about that, huh? Well, the vocal cord parasites also adapt over time. So they would eventually, and if someone else, like Quiet, who has the English strain, if she were to
Help me.
speak to you, then it's game over. Okay.
Target extracted. Exfiltrate the hot zone, boss.
And see, okay, let's say Spanish is your native language. Okay, and you have family members who only speak Spanish. They don't speak English. If you can't speak
You're out of the
the
hot zone.
language to them,
No enemy forces in pursuit. Mission complete.
okay. Let's say your mother only speaks Spanish, and since you have the Mexican,
Mission complete.
the Spanish
That right there
parasites,
is why you're the best, boss. The
you
one
can't
and
speak to
only.
her. That's how it works. Okay, the parasites, when they speak the language that they're coded for, they infect each new speaker, and it goes on and on until the language is stamped out. It's very ingenious. It's a biological weapon that Skullface was putting together. 50, you're right in that mission 30 or 21 is faster,
Boss.
but I prefer 32 because it's easier. You ride to the spot, wait for them to gather, and you knock them all out. That's it. I mean, whereas with 21 or 30, you got to run around and wait for them to get in position and everything else, and using Raiden and the stealth camo, and just becomes problematic for me, speaking for myself. Okay. Again, if you want a mission in single player, you want me to take a stab at it, just say so and I can fire it up. I don't mind doing other than FOBs. It's not a lot today. Not helpful. Usually when I do farming for Skullface, Hellbound, or War Economy, I'll do it 3 times each and then do something else.
Successfully.
And after this one, I'll show you my Walker gear totals. I want to have a lot of everything, not just all Russian versions or all South African versions, you know. Try and mix it up. Okay. Hurry, hurry, there we go. You ran for nothing, buddy. And again, some ghosters, you know, like to use a dolphin dive. I'm not very good at it. I learned how to do it by practicing in single player. But I can't do it across an entire base. I don't have that skill. Other guys can, and I can't. So my methodology is different than others. This may not work. Fine, fine.
Infiltration failed. Are you hurt? Try a little harder next time.
Sometimes it doesn't work. First time I ever hit that base, and if I fail, then I just dive in the ocean. No wormhole. No, it doesn't. Well, skin color maybe. I know a guy who made his avatar look just like himself. I had to have the scars on the face, because without it he doesn't look the same. And I like the facial hair. Without the facial hair, he doesn't look the. But yeah, he made his avatar look almost exactly like himself. It was pretty neat, actually. I thought it was kind of cool how he did that, and I complimented him on that. So. But no, my avatar doesn't look like me. So.
Successfully sneak your way into the heart of the rival PF's FOB, and you can capture staff from them. I'll be looking forward to meeting the new recruits, boss.
I tried different hairstyles. I've tried other facial characteristics. On my alternate account, I had the exact same look as this one, and I changed it because the two characters look the same. The only thing they have in common is that they have the same facial hair. So, and the same scars, but the skin color is different, the hairstyle is different, the eyes and cheeks are a little different. I didn't want two of the same, so. But on my alternate, I rarely use my avatar anyways. Of the 1,000 missions I've done on that account, a good 95% of them are with low skill females. 90% at a minimum. I did that on purpose. That's how I wanted it when I made that account. Because for the first part of my career in FOBs, I used Venom exclusively. I didn't bother with the points. I didn't care. And I decided one day to try and do it differently. And I started using the drug developer Ash and Platypus, and she got me 6 digits, you know, because she has a 1.86 stat bonus rating, and it was good for a little while. And then I started using Creeping Buzzard, the S++ support female, that you get out of mission 46 or 45, excuse me. She has a 1.90 staff bonus rating and a ponytail, which I always appreciate. No, not. I didn't want that. And then in the mission 9, back up, back down. The female that wanders in the desert south of Lamarhate Palace. If you don't keep her the first time you play, she has low skills and keeps the 2.0 staff bonus rating after 1 medal. She was my first low skill female. The same goes for the Bionics developer in mission 5, the guy with the glasses, Spine Harrier. If you don't collect him and keep him the first time, he's very low grade and has a 2.0 staff bonus rating. So you can use him and put him in the little head covering to take off his glasses. So no zeros.
Infiltration successful.
Pure stealth.
Extraction arrived at the base.
Well, that was, if you go back to Metal Gear Solid 3, that was how Big Boss, or Jack in that game, wore his knee brace on his right knee. So Medic, being the avatar of Big Boss, wears his gear the same way that Jack does, right down to the knee brace. Okay.
Select mission.
So Snake wears his knee brace on his right knee, so Venom will wear the knee brace on the right knee. That's just how it's always been. I've already beaten this guy.
Select mission.
Yes, it is. It's my favorite game in the series. I enjoy that very much. Destroyed 2 or more tanks. I don't destroy tanks. Completed pitch dark. Do I want that? No, I don't want that. It's not enough. If they had 15,000, I would go for it. But not. Try command. My favorite uniform. Hey John, how are you? Good to see you.
successfully sneak your way into the heart of the rival PF's FOB, and you can capture staff from them.
Doing okay.
I'll be looking forward to meeting the new recruits, boss.
I'm not welded to any one platform tonight. Just doing
Careful down there,
whatever.
boss.
If you want to see a single player mission,
All units, special alert. Defend your positions. Out.
okay, the way to get her back is to play Mission 11 7 times. That's how you get her back. So play a quiet exit 7 times, and you'll get her back. Yeah. I only log in.
Special alert. Defend your positions. Out.
I only log into the alt every day. I don't play as much on that as I used to. Once I did my 1,000 victories, I didn't lose interest, but it just kind of, it wasn't as fulfilling as I thought it was going to be. But it's nice to hop on there and do combat missions, combat platforms, and everything else without fear of penalty. Because I don't have a harem on that account. Hey there, Mr. Drone. What can we do for you today?
All units, special alert. Defend your positions. Out.
Oh shit, I didn't turn the cameras off. Ah! Crap.
Infiltration failed. Are you hurt? Try a little harder next time. Boss, the rival PF knows you.
Garbage. Fine, be that way. I don't care. Well, you get, again, if you want to farm stuff, you have to sort of, kind of, backwards, left-handed sort of way, manipulate the system to get it to work. I mean, I don't anticipate that the developers we're going to have people play, say, the war economy to farm precious metals 1,000 times. Okay, I don't think they anticipated people would do that. And people have figured out how to do farming on that mission, on Skullface, on Hellbound, other, you know, other missions to fulfill their objectives.
I'll be looking forward to meeting the new recruits, boss.
So, in fact, I was thinking about it earlier. It would be nice if they had vehicle rewards for FOBs or for challenge tasks or whatnot. You know, that would be kind of cool if you, instead of getting staff, you could get vehicles or have an option for that. That would be nice. I think.
CP, this is Delta 4. I see smoke. Could be enemy activity. Over.
Yeah. I mean,
Understood. Tighten security and stay alert. Out.
at this stage of the game, I don't need the staff. I don't need volunteers. I don't need anything like that. But if I could collect walker gears or tanks or fighting vehicles, that would be kind of neat, I think, to offer instead of staff. You know, and like say you get to the core, you have your choice. You can take the staff, or you can take all the guns or all the containers. One of the three. So, because the other day last week I was kind of flat on doing FOBs because I had hundreds of staff that I'm not going to use. You know, 10 S rank staff doesn't do me any good, you know. I could use more walker gears, I could use more guns, I could use anything else. Stay up there.
Infiltration successful.
In the box. I don't need these volunteers. I could use the materials. I always use materials. But I don't need the staff anymore. Sometimes you reach a point where, like a couple weeks ago, I was kind of flat on FOBs because I had hundreds of staff in my online brig that were going to be dismissed. That I have no real use for. Uh-oh. He kicked out one of my girls. take down one of my girls. Quick farm. And buddy, Walker, equipment, stealth camo, 1800. I have all of the female prisoner side ops open. I can farm pretty much anybody I want. I just prefer the Asian girls. In the south of southeast corner of Africa, by the place where you land in Mission 13, the female prisoner there is she's black, and I once thought of using that mission to have all black girls as my defense team, based on Black Panther. You know, have my I thought about it. I farmed a couple, and it didn't work out the way I wanted it to. So I'm trying to chase down a ponytail female. This is the side op I use the most.
Search mark.
With the checkpoint, I can just reset if she doesn't have the skills I want. So I'll do this over and over again to find what I wanted. But because my heroism is so high, finding low skill females was a challenge. That works. Disconnect. I don't want my online brig interfering with my prisoner collection. So I'll stand right next to her, activate mission 29, and she gets extracted.
Out ahead!
So you can do the same thing with mission 11 in Afghanistan.
Are you okay? So that missed you.
Prowling adder. Okay. I don't really need that right now. Stupid ass. Oops. Shouldn't have to have a tab open to patrol my own stream. Ridiculous. So going back to what I was talking about, in my online brig, I mean, almost all of the staff here are useless to me. Okay, maybe one, because he's got a PS skill. Okay. The rest of them, I don't have a use for. And you fill up your brig with staff that you have no use for. And at one point I was really down on that because I didn't want to have to manage that many people, you know? I mean, yeah, they all get dismissed. I shouldn't have to worry about it, but if I have to farm more females, you know, I have to go offline and manage that and all that. Just becomes problematic. So, but I'll do it anyways because I enjoy doing FOB work. Do I really want to do that? Do I? Ooh, he's a 70! Ooh. Do I want to do that? Do I? No, I'm not doing that. He's my buddy and I'm protecting him. Yes, if they get into your waiting room and you don't put them in sick bay, they die and you lose heroism for that. This is Sparta. Your basic loadout. Bright green. Ugh. That is awful. Like I said earlier, if you want to see a single player mission, just if you can, type it out and I can tackle it. I don't have to do FOBs tonight. I can do both.
Successfully sneak your way into the heart of the rival PF's FOB, and you can capture staff from them. I'll be looking forward to meeting the new recruits, boss.
I know Saturday or Sunday I'll be doing vehicle farming. Take the day off.
Be careful down there, boss.
From FOBs and other things, and just farm vehicles for the day.
Defend your position. Out.
So you never know what you're gonna get.
Let's go.
Breathe deeply.
CP, this is Zone 2. I can see smoke. Possible enemy sabotage. Over. This is CP. Understood. Tighten security and stay alert. Out.
So because I dolphin dive, I'm ahead of my schedule.
All units. Special alert. Defend your positions. Out. You there!
Breathe deeply. Take it all in. Okay, fine, be that way. Way ahead of schedule. Take a break, get some
All
sleep.
units. Special alert. Defend your positions. Out.
You don't have to lay prone, but it's not strictly necessary. You can just lay there and the camera will go right over you.
You okay?
Alright.
Infiltration successful.
Yeah.
Extraction arrived in database.
And all those winnings are going into the unprocessed materials category. For some reason, precious metals do not accumulate the way the other materials do. You have to force the system to process them for you. And I don't know why.
Select unit. Staff dismissed. Select mission.
War economy. Now, of course, the war economy, if you're doing your farming, there's an extra wrinkle you can do, and that's if you first deploy in free roam and get over to the landing zone and take a tank or any vehicle you want with you in free roam, when you select the mission in the iDroid, the little box that opens, the little container, the info crate that activates the mission will open up right next to you. And when you accept the mission and start it, the vehicle that you brought with you will be there for you to use. You can extract it, farm all the stuff you want, guns, walker gears, materials containers, anti-air guns, machine guns, trip a checkpoint and restart or abort, and your vehicle that you brought with you will still be there. So you can do that over and over and over again and essentially duplicate any vehicle you want that way. So the more times you farm the war economy, let's say you do it 10 times, you'll get 9 extra tanks if you brought a tank with you. Every time you abort and accept, and farm, abort, accept, extract the tank, etc., etc. So there's a extra benefit to doing it through free roam. As far as I know, you can't do that with Skullface. I've tried it and it didn't work for me that way. So Skullface it's got its own issues. So, in case you didn't know that, now you know. Thank you. I appreciate that. It's got 1 extra camera. S rank. Let's see what we can do with this. When this steel green camo came out, there were people who thought it was quote unquote cursed. They would get spotted on FOBs while wearing it. It is the same color as the olive drab color you start with, the default. But it's coded for concrete and metal surfaces, which is what FOBs are.
Successfully sneak your way into the heart of the rival PF's FOB, and you can capture staff from them.
And I've stolen a nuke
The new recruits, boss.
while wearing this camo, so it's not cursed to me. To me, I haven't had that issue. 10 minutes.
Be careful down there, boss.
But as always, your mileage may vary. Maybe I'll get lucky. Not gonna do anything about it. Wow, 10-minute timer. No guns, no gates. That's a little bit of a ripoff, if you ask me. Sometimes their vision angles are so screwed up. I don't understand. understand. Wow. Take a break, get some sleep. Wait for hole to open. That's an S-rank guard there, buddy.
Infiltration successful.
Oh.
Extraction arrived in database.
No traces. Complete zeros across the board. With a nice little unique finish. Guard running right past me to investigate.
Select unit. Start. Leading to FOB.
So many options. I kind of wish you could wear other camos on FOBs. I really do. Or have your staff wear them. If you have your security set to where they wear fatigues, which is I think 1 or 2, level 1 or 2. Because I think that would be kind of, it would offer a different spin on things, I guess, to take on, say, a level 66 base with the battle dress or whatever. But instead of wearing battle dress, they could wear fatigues and have enhanced.
Successfully sneak your way into the heart of the rival PF's FOB, and you can capture staff from them. I'll be looking forward to meeting the new recruits, boss.
Enhanced hit points. That would be kind of neat, and it would actually give you players a greater degree of freedom over what they want their base to look like. So, like for example, you know, my base is the blue squares pattern. And I would love to be able to dress my staff in the dark rubber uniforms.
We may have a situation. Whoever's closest, go check it out. CP, this is Zulu 7. I can see smoke. Zulu 7, what's wrong? Come in, Zulu 7.
Take that.
CP, this is Delta 1. Delta 1, what's wrong? Come in, Delta 1. CP, this is Delta 6. Taking fire. Can't see
I mean, can you imagine coming on this base and seeing guards wear the zebra camo?
the enemy's hiding somewhere. Find them.
I think that would be kind of cool.
Security cams picked up a man in trouble. Nearest unit, go investigate. CP, this is Delta 6. I see smoke. Could be enemy activity. Over. This is CP. Understood. Tighten security and stay alert. Out. CP, this is Zulu 4. Threat detected. Going on alert. Over. This is CP. Understood. Don't let your guard down. Out. CP, this is Delta 3. Beginning check. Over. CP, understood. Watch for anything suspicious. Out. CP, this is Delta 3. Took a look, but there's nothing going on here. Over.
Always turn the power off.
Understood. Return to your post. Over.
Right on time.
CP, this is Zulu 2. Search complete. No sign of hostiles. Over. This is CP. Understood. Stay on the alert. Out.
What?
Infiltration successful.
Extraction complete at the base.
I should try that more often. Extracting single player staff before I start FLB work. Fill out my offline brig to max out my staff at 3,500 and then do FOBs and get no volunteers.
Select unit.
I mean, I have the space for them, but because I have this many in the offline brig, they take up space. They're accounted for. So I think maybe I should do that. That's a good idea. Let's go for the big stuff. No, I don't need that much. All right. Let's see if we can make it to the core and back. This is the only time I do rush throughs, because you don't get a return wormhole and security challenge.
Successfully sneak your way into the heart of the rival PF's FOB, and you can capture staff from them. I'll be looking forward to meeting the new recruits, boss.
So we rip it and see what happens.
Be careful down there, boss.
All units, special alert. Defend your position. Out.
I ran right through his mines. That's funny. Yes! Good times. Up we go.
Subject on board. Leave the rest to us.
Okay. Adventure time ×2.
All units, special alert. Defend your position. Out.
All fire teams, this is Steve. Combat position. All units to combat position.
think maybe he did me a favor. Yep, we did. Game over.
Infiltration successful.
I'll take it.
Extraction arrived at base.
I will take it. Wow. That's a lot of resources. Didn't kill anybody. I'll take that one. Yeah. He did me a favor. It's a good game, Galaxy. 2 years in, it's still a good game. That was good. I am very pleased.
Select unit. Staff finished.
Well, Metal Gear Online, yes, is not very good. This version of Metal Gear Online is, yes, it's not very good. FOB mode, 2 years in, yeah, I'm still into it. I enjoy it. Why not? Let's just try it and see. I don't expect to survive this. I'm not going to waste my time trying to fight my way to the core. I'll just give it a legitimate shot and see what happens. The way that I have earned pretty much all my staff is through volunteers at the end of each FOB mission. If you select a base between level 39 and say level 50, you stand a better chance of receiving...
Successfully sneak your way into the heart of the rival PF's FOB, and you can capture staff from them. I'll be looking forward to meeting the new recruits, boss.
S+ or S++ volunteers. That is my experience.
Be careful down there, boss.
That's, you know, I have 14,000 plus victories. And I attack bases between levels 39 and 49. I do it a lot.
Damn it! Grenade! What's that?
CP, this is Zulu 1. I've been attacked. I can't see the enemy.
Oh, shot him in the leg.
CP, understood. Stay alert and smoke out the enemy. Out. CP, this is Zulu 7. I can see smoke. Hostile enemy sabotage. Over.
Now, unlike some people, I don't attack I don't attack high-level bases on purpose.
Someone heard the sensor. Possibly an intruder. Whoever's closest, go and investigate ASAP.
CP, this is Zulu 4. Seeing smoke. Possible enemy attack. Over.
This is CP. Understood.
Die, you son of a bitch.
Out.
CP, this is Delta 1. Did a check of the scene. There's nothing here. Over.
This is CP. Return to your post. Over.
For if you are the attacker,
We lost the security cam. There's no reason
if you
for it.
carry a
Go check it out.
grade 8 or higher
CP, this is Delta 6.
sniper rifle,
Could be enemy activity. Over.
This is CP. Understood. Tighten security and stay alert. Out.
CP, this is Delta 9. We may have an intruder. Going on alert. Over.
I'm surprised I made it this far.
Understood. Check your surroundings. Out.
Stun grenade launcher. The RGL usually works. I'll show you my loadout for defense shortly. It's what I use on most of my defenses. It works for me, it may not work for everybody else, as always. But most PvP players will carry a high power, higher grade sniper rifle, a grenade launcher, and either a stun pistol. All right, that works.
Mission successful.
I'll take it.
Extraction arrived at base.
Thank you. $50K. Okay, now for my loadout, I've changed it up a little bit to preserve my precious metal stocks. I'll just use this as a sample. Okay, this is my regular loadout for FOBs. There's not a lot. Let me change my rifle. 101,000. Not, I don't need much more than this. Now for my defense loadout, it's different. The stun grenade launcher and the stun pistol are to find where the attacker is, and the sniper rifle is to kill them. You'll see variations of this loadout across the PvP spectrum. 3 different boxes to evade being marked during matches. The wormhole generator to teleport around in case you get injured or want to get away from an enemy. Sleep grenades to deny space and try and catch the attacker. Mines to protect against certain spots on the map, protect the corridor, and petrol bombs to blow up some defenses that they set for themselves. But it's kind of rare that I see that in my defense travels. Now, what I normally use for defense is the Mizra 71. This thing is great in terms of defense. It's expensive, but it works, especially against guys who like to ghost and they have the lower skilled staff that they're using. You can kill them in one shot with this thing, and it spreads out grenade bomblets in a fan pattern. It works really well, but it's grotesquely expensive in terms of precious metals to use. I don't use it anymore because it's so expensive. Once I max out my precious metals, I may go back to it and then just reload my save to get what I spend out of it. I would never use this in single player because it's so expensive, or if I did, it'd be a one shot, say to play Sahelanthropus or whatever, you know, and always carry the infinite ammo bandana so I don't have to resupply. But it works really, really well. And since I don't want to use my precious metals, I went with the stun grenade launcher. Most high-end players will carry this with them to attack defenders, mark them, and then kill them with the sniper rifle. So other people use other things. I don't, like, for example, people can use the FOM decoy. I don't use it. I think it's a waste of time. I've developed it to its maximum and I don't use it. Just not my thing. Other people who like to troll use the bait bottle. You throw this at a defender or an attacker, as I've seen in a couple of cases, and when the bottle breaks, there is a cloud that emerges from the bottle, and it sticks to the defender or the attacker, and you can see that cloud if they respawn, so you can mark them that way, and you can hear it bubbling off their body. So it's both an audio and a visual cue to where they are. So, but for people who do that, most of them are super high-end players. They do it partially to mark the enemy, partially to humiliate them. I don't do it. That's not my thing. I don't do it. But I know people who do. So that's essentially what a defense loadout would look like. Okay. I'm gonna have to try this in practice, see what's changed. It's got all the mines and everything else. I think that would be kind of neat to revisit it. I do a lot of backups of Gus, and I've defended that very platform several times, so. Medical. I need to max up my medical anyways. Let's do a little differently. Since he has A or A++ and A+ guards, I'm not going to blow up the power box. Try not to send a defender alert. My whole philosophy is centered on not doing that kind of thing. I've changed my playstyle quite a bit to accommodate that.
Successfully sneak your way into the heart of the rival PF's FOV, and you can capture staff from them. I'll be looking forward to meeting the new recruits, boss.
And that grade 8 shotgun takes a lot of plans, so.
Be careful down there, boss.
I mean, I wish they had a grade 9 or grade 10 shotgun to go against grade 11 armor, but they don't.
Where are your friends? Where are your friends?
Man down!
Where are the others? Where are your friends?
A is for horses.
Where are your friends?
Better take a look. Follow me.
You do that.
You okay?
Where are your friends?
Seeing smoke. Possible enemy attack. Over.
Where are the others?
CP, understood. Tighten security and stay alert.
Don't you talk. Talk.
Don't do it.
Don't shoot. Where are your friends? Where are the others?
Of course, this play style is echo of my original play style. I was a copycat of the infamous Devil Dog
Successfully sneak your way
900.
into the heart of the rival PF's FOV.
Good old George.
You can capture staff from them. I'll be looking forward to meeting the new recruits, boss.
Don't do it.
Where are your friends?
This is Delta 9. Signs of enemy activity. Tightening security. Over.
This is CP, understood. Check your surroundings. Out. Don't do it.
Where are the others?
Wait, don't shoot.
Where are the others?
Wait, don't shoot. Hey. I don't want to die.
Haha! There you go.
Operation successful.
Extraction arrived at Mother Base.
I don't think I fired a shot in that match. That was pretty good. I'm pretty pleased with that one. I mean, not super skillful in terms of the enemy, but being able to get through like that sometimes has its benefits. Again, if you want to see a single player mission, I don't mind playing single player. Just let me know and I can dial it up for you. 56. Okay, right, pistol. Of course, George and his tactics, he would extract all the staff.
Successfully sneak your way into the heart of the rival PF's FOB, and you can capture staff from them. I'll be looking forward to meeting the new recruits, boss.
He did it knowing that he would draw defenders and play versus other people. It's not my intention, so try to modify it a little. Really? I wonder where the camera is. Oh, there it is.
Where are your friends? Spit it out.
Oh shit, it's on now.
Don't do it. Where are the others? Hands up. Don't shoot. Speak. Where are your friends?
Oops. Yeah. Gotta move.
Spit it out.
Who's looking at me?
Where are the others?
Don't do it.
Where are the others?
Just like that.
Infiltration successful.
Extraction arrived in base.
Not too bad. Cover all my costs. It's a lot of work to do it like that. It takes a lot of time. Got to figure out your battery power and everything else. But it's satisfying in its own way because you're using, you know, all your tools and everything else to another one lost. I don't really understand these people sometimes. Now, of course, the only way you can do that on high-level bases is by using the FOB dispatch mode to lower their settings to eliminate the battery battery UAVs and whatnot. I don't use FOB dispatch at all. It's not my thing. Just not something I've done it once or twice just to see how it works, and I've seen other players use it in their videos to reduce reinforcements, reduce force levels, and it's just not my thing. So I skip it.
Successfully sneak your way into the heart of the rival PF's FOB, and you can capture staff from them. I'll be looking forward to meeting the new recruits, boss.
Of course, it chews up your resources too. Staff, vehicles,
Be careful down there, boss.
whatnot.
All units, special alert. Defend your position. Out.
Empty bases. It's kind of weird. You have bases that don't have containers. In some aspects they're harder because you have no room to hide in. You lose that safety blanket. But I've been able to pull off
CP, this is Delta 9. Seeing smoke. Possible enemy attack. Over.
This is CP.
missions where I don't interact with the guards, do the whole no traces thing without any containers to help me.
All units, special alert. Defend your position. Out.
CP, this is Zulu 7. I see smoke. Could be enemy activity. Over.
This is CP. Understood. Tighten security and stay alert. Out.
Hey! Better check it out. On me.
So there's literally no room to hide on a base like this.
CP, this is Zulu 6. Taking enemy fire. No eyes on the shooter. Over.
This is CP. Understood. All units on alert. The enemy's hiding somewhere. Find them. Out. All units, special alert. Defend your position. Out.
CP, this is Delta 6. Been attacked. I can't see the enemy. Over.
This is CP. Understood. Stay alert and smoke out the enemy. Out.
Take that.
Enemy fire!
Yeehaw!
Infiltration successful.
Extraction arrived on the base.
Always adventures on any base like that. And he's got a nuke too. This is gonna be a little difficult since you can't extract your own nuke anymore. It used to be when you deploy and you could save your nukes by extracting them before the attacker got there, but they don't allow that anymore. So you have to defend it completely. And with the grade 10 wormhole, that can be problematic because the attacker has 3 chances to come at you unless you know what you're doing.
There's one intruder. Their objective is unclear, but if they make it to the heart of the FOB, they'll capture Stafferman. You've got to make sure
You
that
took it already.
doesn't happen.
Oh, that's funny. And that's that.
Defense successful. Victory is ours. They need their heads checked trying to take us on.
Oh well. Command platforms are hard to fight in, close quarters and everything else. Got to be real persistent in terms of
successfully sneak your way into the heart of the rival PF's FOB, and you can capture staff from them. I'll be looking forward to meeting the new recruits, boss.
Be careful down there, boss.
All units, special alert. Defend your positions. Out.
if I can find one.
All units, special alert. Defend your positions. Out.
Let's see if this works. And it does.
All units, special alert. Defend your positions. Out.
Really? Done it before.
You there!
successful.
That's where it's at.
Extraction arrived at base.
Let's see what I can find. Normally I just attack random people. I don't use my indirect list very often. Everybody's either asleep or oh wow, really? Even worse. Well, let's just give it a shot. Who knows what's gonna happen, you know? See what happens. Hopefully I can make it.
Successfully sneak your way into the heart of the rival PF's FOB. You can capture staff from them. I'll be looking forward to meeting the new recruits, boss.
Now, of course, for non-lethal bases, I prefer to use my low-skill girls. But since it's a Venom night, I'm not going to worry about it. Shot him in the face. How about that? I knew you were there. Oh shit.
Understood. Don't let your guard down. Out.
What's up?
CP, this is Delta 9. Arrived on scene. Starting a check of the area. Over.
CP, understood. Checkers around
Of course, mid-range security has one giant drawback. It gives ground to the attacker. Everybody's on the same eye level.
CP, this is Zulu 1. We'll investigate ASAP.
Sleep gas. So you don't have to hide as much on a mid-level base as you do a long-range base.
CP, this is Delta 2. I see smoke. Could be enemy activity. Over.
This is CP. Understood. Tighten security and stay alert. Out.
I'm taking my usual route. Ah, you shit, really?
Infiltration failed. Are you hurt? Try a little harder next time.
Garbage. Hey, Gus. The guy I just failed on stole your nuke. So, I took him out. But he stole the nuke before I could take him all the way out, so... Yeah. I noticed you got your extra mines. I'm gonna have to try your base again. So... Okay. Oops. No. Yes. Now when it comes to high-level combat bases, my number one weapon is the grade 10 riot pistol. The reason that is that the costs associated with it, the common metal and the Tarragon, are recovered if you can make the core. So that's a huge plus. You have I think it's 20 shots in this pistol, but its deployment costs are covered.
Successfully sneak your way into the heart of the rival PF's FOB, and you can capture staff from them. I'll be looking forward to meeting the new recruits, boss.
That's how I do it. I'm at 1.4 million. So,
Be careful down there, boss.
getting up there, getting close to the maximum.
All units. Special alert. Defend your position. Out.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Hostile!
Hey there, how are you?
All units, special alert. Defend your positions. Out.
CP, this is Delta 6. Threat in the area. We're tightening security. Over.
This is CP. Understood. Check your surroundings. Out. All units, special alert. Defend your positions. Out.
I know. I'll camp out for a few minutes.
Get it.
Okay.
CP, this is Delta 4. I can see smoke. Possible enemy sabotage. Over.
This is CP.
That's a pinch point right there.
Stay alert. Out.
You gotta watch out for that pinch point.
Special alert. Defend your positions. Out.
Yes. Breathe deeply.
CP, this is Delta 4. Threat in the area. We're tightening security. Over.
This is CP. Understood. Don't let your guard down. Out.
CP, this is Zulu 2. Explosions back. Damage unknown. Over.
This is CP. Understood. All units, we may have intruders. Out. All units, special
All right.
defend your positions. Out.
Yeah.
Infiltration successful.
That works. Ah. Insurance. 70K. Oh! That was good. That was pretty good. I was... Yes! Yeah. Honey Badger don't give a shit. So, now of course for high level bases, you can take your grade 10 wormhole. Hey John, how are you? You can take your grade 10 with you and use that as a backstop or a safety net. I don't. Take a hike. Females only. Regiment 44. AKA Honey Badger. Team Honey Badger. I make my share of mistakes, Leo. You don't think I'm some infallible being, because I do. I gotta say, I wasn't really thrilled with how he set up his mines. It was a little confusing. Of course, everybody does it different, so you never know what you're getting until you actually step on the base. I mean, that riot pistol really makes a difference for me. Carries insurance. That's fine. I do the same. Being part of Team Honey Badger means you have level 2 equipment. I've already beaten that guy. I don't like to do it more than once. If I can find one. This guy's a tough fighter. Yes, insurance does help. No insurance. Let's see what we can see. Scarface.
Successfully sneak your way into the heart of the rival PF's FOB. You can capture
No.
stuff from them. I'll be looking forward to meeting the new recruits, boss.
The hair is close, I'll say that much.
Be careful down there, boss.
Ah, man. Garbage.
Possibly an intruder. Whoever's closest, go and investigate ASAP. All units, special alert.
I didn't even read his layout numbers. So I don't know what he has. Going completely blind. Although, as I suspect, if I'm getting this far without any resistance, it's got an absolute bridge block on the next bridge. I mean, Gus, we talked about that before, about how I do things. I've seen a lot of different layouts and whatnot, so I have an idea where stuff could be. You know, I can sort of plan it out in my mind.
Defend your position. Out.
And there it is. So he's got an absolute bridge block.
CP, this is Delta 4. No sign of the enemy. Over. We're calling off the search.
This is CP. Understood. Keep your guard up. Out.
Don't waste my time with that shit.
CP, this is Zone 4. I can see smoke. Possible enemy sabotage. Over.
Well, it's gonna get real in a hurry.
Understood. Tighten security and stay alert. Out.
Too late. Oh well.
Infiltration failed. Are you hurt? Try a little harder next time.
It happens. And John, I don't have the scars on my face either. Yeah. Anakin is my favorite character. Usually that's a good tip-off, yes. Usually. Not all the time, but yeah. Having got as far as I did without any kind of resistance, I knew it was going to be there. Amigo. So like for this layout, the absolute would be between 2 and 3. I don't like medical. Besides, combat platforms have a... I don't know. Collecting S++ staff in combat is difficult.
Successfully
'Cause you can't
sneak your way
duplicate
into the
them.
heart of the rival PF's FOB, and you can capture staff from them.
So attacking the
Are we
combat
looking forward to meeting
platform
the new
is
recruits, boss?
striking at resources that you could have a harder time replacing.
Be careful down there, boss.
But I didn't check his... I forgot to read his numbers beforehand. So I went in completely blind and I messed up. So that's the breaks. Can't do a lot about it now. $100K. The biggest expense is the riot pistol. And of course I use the grade 7 sleep grenades on this double resource week. Standing in my way. Gotta get undercover. Yes.
CP, this is Zulu 7. I see smoke. Could be enemy activity. Over.
This is CP. Understood. Tighten security and stay alert. Out.
All fire teams, this is CP.
UAV picked up a man in trouble. Nearest unit, go investigate. All units, special alert. Defend your positions. Out.
Ah, you shit. Fine, be that way.
Fire teams, this is CP. All units to combat position.
Infiltration failed. Damn it. Try a little harder next time.
Garbage. But that's the plus side to double resource week. I can attack a weaker base and make my resources back. I don't really mind. $135K. And that's because I have the grade 7 sleep grenades and the riot pistol. I don't have to carry those, but for FOBs, that's my preferred loadout. Defenses are more expensive. 300, I think
Successfully
it's
sneak your way into the heart of the rival
700K?
PF's FOB, and you can capture staff from them. I'll be looking forward to meeting the new recruits, boss.
Of course, I had one guy stun lock me for
Be careful down there, boss.
almost 10 minutes. He ate up so much of my resources in terms of GMP. I just turned the game off and walked away because I was so mad. Because he would kill me, and then he would stun lock me for a while, and then he would kill me. Stun lock, stun lock, stun lock, kill. It's like, really? No key.
What? Hey!
Take that.
CP, this is Delta 1. I'm seeing smoke. There may be enemies in the area. Over.
This is CP. Understood. Tighten security and stay alert. Out.
Sweet dreams, kiddos.
All fire teams, this is CP. We may have a situation. Whoever's closest, go check it out.
All fire teams, this is CP.
UAV's picked up a man in trouble. Nearest unit, go investigate.
CP, this is Delta 2. One with contact. Appears to be an enemy force.
This is CP. Understood. Stay alert and smoke out the enemy. Out. All fire teams, this is CP.
Infiltration successful.
Whoever's closest, go check it out.
Not too bad. Get all my goodies back. But over time, I've pared back my loadout quite a bit. Basically, what I carry now is what works for me across just about every kind of infiltration. I used to carry the grade 7 sleep grenades, and now I've been able to get by without them because there's, you know, again, they're expensive to use. No, I like JMF too much. Shotguns. I can do shotguns. Of course, shotguns only go up to grade 8, so it's the plus SB. I was on his combat base earlier. I got caught by a camera, so I have to get this one right, otherwise I'm shit out of luck.
Successfully sneak your way into the heart of the rival PF's FOV, and you can capture staff from them. I'll be looking forward to meeting the new recruits, boss.
I don't like to hit people more than once.
Be careful down there, boss.
Yeah, I don't need that. Not lucky. Where is that camera anyways? Okay, there it is. A little bit more of a high wire act. There you are, Mr. Cameraman.
All fire teams, this is CP. We may have a situation. Whoever's closest, go check it out.
Shit.
CP, this is Delta 4. Seeing smoke. Possible enemy attack. Over.
This is CP. Understood. Tighten security and stay alert. Out. All fire teams, this is CP. We may have a situation. Whoever's closest, go check it out.
CP, this is Delta 9. I can see smoke. Possible
I gotta
enemy
say,
contact.
those blue UAVs,
This is CP. Understood.
the blue and the black, looks really good.
CP, this is Zulu 10. Search complete. No sign of hostiles. Over.
When I first developed my
Understood. Stay alert.
sleep gas UAV, I was looking at it in
CP, this is Delta 1. I see smoke. Could be
a
enemy activity. Over.
visit to my base, and it looked really nice.
Tighten security and stay alert. Out.
Okay. There you are.
Security cams picked up a man in trouble. Nearest unit, go investigate.
Hey, nap time. What's going on?
CP, this is Delta 9. Threat in the area. We're tightening security. Over.
Well,
This is CP. Understood. Watch for anything suspicious. Out.
yes!
Infiltration successful.
That works. And a volunteer. I wouldn't do that, John. Come on. No PF skill. Are you kidding me? Really? Now I don't have to attack him anymore. Once is enough. After failing the first time. $209,000. It was on a combat base. The guy had a absolute bridge block like Death Snake did. I blew up the camera. I made it to the core platform in time for the defender, and I snuck up the platform and made it without interacting with him. So there was, I remember my heart was leaping out of my chest. It's the first time I've ever done that with a low-skilled, one of my girls. I was playing with one of my girls that day, and she got to the core with the defender present. It's 209,000. And then with Venom, my highest is 99,000. I got that on the same base layout against a different player. The guy had nukes, and I've stolen his nukes more than once. So I went with his combat platform, and he had insurance, so I didn't, it was just for the points. He deployed, and he couldn't find me. And I got into the core at the very last second. I knocked him out with a shotgun blast and went into the core before I could extract him. 99K. Then my highest nuke is 124,000. So I've stolen nukes with low skill females. Only a couple times. I don't do that very often. $95K. I don't need very much else. And that's with my female. So I'm not spending very much. I don't expend a lot of resources. Over time, I've really whittled down my loadout. Like for example, I'd carry my defense rifle, and I learned not to use it. So I've made adjustments here and there, and the biggest cost, of course, is the riot pistol. That was my biggest change in the loadout. No, I don't do swimsuits. Sorry. Swimsuits are ugly to me. Big red. Tonight's a Venom night. It's not a ponytail night. Oh. Venom with a ponytail.
Successfully sneak your way into the heart of the rival PF's FOV, and you can capture staff from them. I'll be looking forward to meeting the new recruits, boss.
Yes, you can.
Be careful down there, boss.
Oh,
Infiltration failed.
that's why I don't dolphin
Try a little
dive.
harder next time.
Oh, that's funny. I remember I did a level 70 nuclear base wearing this red camo. And I stole 4 nukes, made it to the core, clean as can be. So I have a small bit of appreciation for that red suit, Santa Claus suit. But of course I've also stolen nukes in every color that's available. So I've done nukes in every color. Even that disgusting bright orange. I forgot to change it to an avatar.
Successfully sneak your way into the heart of the rival PF's FOV, and you can capture staff from them. I'll be looking forward to meeting the new recruits, boss.
Got a couple more and then I gotta go to bed. Gotta go to work tomorrow. Tomorrow's Friday. I will be on
Be careful
this
down there, boss.
weekend. So,
All units, special alert. Defend your positions. Out.
you guys know how I do. If I'm on tomorrow, the only player I'm going to play with is my best S+ female. The quick reload skill. She's going to handle the duty tomorrow. What are you looking at?
All units, special alert. Defend your positions.
Infiltration failed. Are you hurt? Try a little harder next time.
Bull. Okay. It's a sign. I'm gonna do one more, then I'm gonna knock off. I'm not up to snuff anymore. I've been at this too long. For today, anyways. Now I'll do one more. All his FOBs are the same. Let's do it a little differently. He and I go back a long ways. I've fought against him several times. Have a good night. Sleep well.
Successfully sneak your way into the heart of the rival PF's FOB, and you can capture staff from them. I'll be looking forward to meeting the new recruits, boss.
Be careful down there, boss.
All units, special alert. Defend your position. Out.
Absolutely.
CP, this is Zulu 10. I'm seeing smoke. There may be enemies in the area. Over.
This is CP. Understood. Tighten security and stay alert. Out.
All fire teams, this is CP.
UAV's picked up a man in trouble. Nearest unit, go investigate.
CP, this is Delta 1. Investigating now. Out.
All units, special alert. Defend your positions. Out.
CP, this is Delta 4. Something weird's going on here. How should we proceed? Over.
This is CP. Understood. Tighten security and stay alert. Out.
All fire teams, this is CP.
UAV's picked up a man in trouble. Nearest unit, go investigate.
CP, this is Zulu 2. Explosion spotted. Damage unknown. Over.
This is CP. Understood. It could be an enemy attack. All units, stay alert. Out.
All fire teams, this is CP.
We lost the security camp. There's no reason for it to be down. Whoever's closest, go check it out. All units, special alert. Defend your positions. Out.
All fire teams, this is CP.
Someone heard the sensor. Possibly an intruder. Whoever's closest, go and investigate ASAP.
Wake up. CP, this is Zulu 7. Threat detected. Going out alert. Over.
This is CP. Understood. Don't let your guard down. Out.
Just my PSN name.
This is CP. Understood. Tighten security and stay alert. Out.
Had this name for a long time. That's why I don't do this. That gets on my nerves.
All units. Special alert. Defend your positions. Out.
That's what I do. I attack people's bases.
CP, this is Zulu 7. We finished our search of the area. Couldn't
Did I
find
make it?
Over.
This is CP. Understood. Keep your guard up. Out.
God damn it. Okay,
Infiltration failed. Are you hurt?
that's it
Try
for
a little
today.
harder next time.
I wasn't too hot on that anyways. But that'll be it for tonight. I appreciate you all very much. I will see you all possibly tomorrow, if not on the weekend. You guys have a good night, and I'll see you soon.